Hi YouTube, it's Denise, aka West Coast Rust, and it's Tuesday, the 16th of April. You might be able to hear my kid out playing. Today I'm here, not with an update, not with any numbers, but to do a response video towards less of Sarah's recent video, WLS Mind Games. And I wanted to comment on her video, but I think that this type of comment is best thrown out to everyone about Sarah's videos and my thoughts about how things are going for me. It seems to me that a lot of folks right now, and I don't know if it's the time of year or the weather or what, but a lot of folks right now are posting videos regarding mind games. And I know I saw a very good video by VSG Kirk yesterday, kind of the same idea. Sarah has posted her video. There have been others. And so I kind of wanted to talk about my thoughts on the whole mind game issue. Now, keep in mind, I'm not that far out. I had my RNY on March 8th, so I'm not quite 6 weeks out. So in my mind, I'm a very new person, and I have not posted videos aimed at pre-oppers because I don't feel like I'm far enough out to really have a lot of valid information for them or advice. Not to mention that I really feel like this entire journey is very individual, and no matter how many people's videos you watch, your life may be completely different after weight loss surgery than theirs. With that being said, what I would say is that I just had a conversation with my husband a couple nights ago about how things are now in my life. And because I healed quickly, I started exercising quickly, I went back to work quickly, I advanced in food stages quickly, life at 5 weeks out probably looks a lot like life for somebody who's like 3 months out, who took longer to get going than I did. For whatever reason. It doesn't make me better or worse than anyone. It's not meant to be like that. But what I mean by that is I'm having some of the same feelings that these folks are who are 12 weeks out or 16 weeks out. And my analogy of all of these feelings and everything, is that I kind of look at my weight loss journey as like the way I used to look at vacation. So when I was going on vacation, I would research, relentless, pick the best of everything that I could for where I was going, what I could afford, and it took forever for vacation to get here. Forever. So there's all this hype built up and, emotions, and you're ready for vacation. And then the week of vacation comes and you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe vacation's here already. It seems like it was just yesterday. We were planning it and it's been 6 months to a year. And then vacation gets going and you go on vacation, and about 2/3 of the way through your vacation you think, wow, we have to go home tomorrow or the next day, and this whole week has just flown by. And then you get home and vacation is over, and you don't know when the next time vacation is going to be. You have to save up money-wise, time-wise, for work, whatever it is. So you just don't know when you're going to have that excitement again, and you kind of go into a bit of a depression. Weight loss surgery for me has been just like that. It has paralleled almost completely. I researched for weight loss surgery. I was fortunate enough to have it in 3 months from when I joined the program, but that's really quick for my program and really quick for a lot of others I know. Even though it felt like it took an eternity. I mean, it felt to me like 3 years instead of 3 months. That was an individual feeling. And then the week of surgery came, and I felt like I couldn't believe that it was here already. And now here I am, and I'm about ready to have surgery, and I'm scared, and I don't know what to expect, even though I've researched it to death. And then surgery day comes, and I have my surgery, and it's so great that it's here. And then you go through the couple weeks after surgery where you're doing your liquid diet, and you have huge number losses the first couple weeks, and it's just amazing. And then you settle into your new normal, which is where I think I am now. Which is where I think a lot of folks are that are making some of these videos about how they're feeling and about the mind games that they're going through. And the changes in themselves, internally and externally, and the changes in their relationship with other people. It's just like that. So I've been exhausted the last few days at work, this whole week, actually even since last week and over the weekend. Just absolutely, my mind has been exhausted. And I think part of that is all this excitement was built up, and then I had the surgery and I've already started losing rapidly, and all these changes are going on inside my body and out, and people are recognizing or not. And now I'm back to work. Everything is the same every day like it was before. And maybe part of it is that life is there like it was before surgery. Nothing really has changed in my obligations to my family or to my job. And my interests have changed already in the things that I like to do. And I find myself maybe not hanging out with some of the people that I used to hang out with. And relationships have changed because of that. Because I really feel like it's in my best interest to surround myself with really positive people. And it has made relationships that are already strained even more strained, because frankly I don't want to be around negativity all the time anymore, and I really want to be a positive influence in my own life, in my kids' life, and in the people that I see and I interact with every day. So, what can be done about this mind game, this lull in excitement that we all have in this life that we have after weight loss surgery? Well, the way I see it, there's not a whole lot you can do except for ride the emotional wave. You could seek some type of therapy if you need to, if you feel like that'll help you. I personally have never been a therapy kind of person. I've never been a journaler or anything like that. I've pretty much just went with the flow, you know. And that's probably how I'll deal with this. I'll just go with the flow. Now, part of my tiredness may be that I've been working full-time and up really early for me, which is about 6, and I'm finding myself wanting to go to bed by like 9 because I'm just so mentally tired, not physically. And I haven't been working out the last few days because I've been so tired mentally. I'll probably just continue to go with the flow. I won't, I don't feel like I'm at a point where I really need to seek outside help, other than maybe my YouTube friends or some of my closer family that have had the surgery. I went to my support group meeting on Saturday with one of my good friends, and that helped me. It gave me a little bit more motivation. And I guess my only warning to pre-ops would be, you can research this to death. You can research every angle of whatever version of the weight loss surgery you're going to have. You can see 5,000 videos. You can be a YouTube addict like I was prior to surgery, and I still am. But no one will ever be able to tell you what it really feels like to be inside the head of someone who's had weight loss surgery. No one can tell you how you're going to feel, like when Sarah said that you go into your closet and things are either too big or they're too small. You just can't appreciate what that feels like until it happens to you. And I am completely impressed with Sarah, and her wording of how she did her video was awesome, because that's really how I've been feeling. I don't know who I am inside anymore, and I don't know how long it's going to take for me to get back to whatever my normal is. I don't want to lose who I was up until now, because I loved myself before, and I'm going to love myself after surgery. But it is very interesting when people start to notice your weight loss, and initially you're inundated with people saying, how's it going? How are you feeling? You're not eating too much, you're not drinking too much, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, blah, 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 whatever. You're inundated with it. And then you get to the point where maybe not so many people mention anything anymore. And it's not that they don't recognize it, but like Sarah said, maybe they feel like they shouldn't say anything. Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe whatever, I don't know. Maybe a million things. But the only thing that matters is, how are you coping with the stress? Because there's a lot of mental stress involved in this. Far more mental stress than physical stress. The physical pain goes away within a couple of weeks. Then you're stuck with this body that you've created, you've chosen to create. And where do you go from here? So, yeah, I don't have any advice. The only thing I can tell you is that I didn't know before, and I don't know now, who I'm going to be when I grow up, or what I'm going to be in a year, or 6 years, or anything. The only thing I can say is that I'm going to continue to surround myself with people who I love, people who enjoy being around me, people who enhance my life. And if that means being selfish, well, that's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to be selfish about me. And it makes me happy now. I'm not happy with everything in my life, but who is? No one is. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't involve weight loss surgery. It maybe brings some things to light that we ignored before. That's about it. But those problems were always there. Another thing I would say is I want to talk about weight loss surgery and our children, because I really feel like our children are smarter about it than we think. And Sarah hinted to this because she said her son went to McDonald's with her husband, and when they came back, he could tell her exactly how many calories were in his kid's meal, and that bothered her. Well, when I first had my surgery, and I was on the scale every day, every 5 minutes, my husband told me that my son had started getting on the scale every morning when he got up, just like I was. And that bothered me, because he's only 7. And not only that, he's actually 5, emotional-wise, because he's autistic. And he doesn't understand why mom's hopping on the scale all the time. He doesn't understand why I'm portioning everything out. There is no way for us to shield them completely. The only thing that we can say to them is, we want to be healthy. We want them to be healthy, and that they're not going to have to worry about all that, all this stuff that we have to worry about. They're not going to have to worry about that for a long time, and hopefully they never will. So instead we say, when they tell us they don't want to eat their vegetables or whatever it is, this is good for our bodies. It's important to me. This is what I'd like you to do. But I don't think we're ever going to be able to shield them completely from our weight loss journey, because it's our life and they're part of it, and they get way more than we give them credit for. And thankfully, when I started hiding my scale, my kid, he quit worrying about it. And I try not to do a lot of things in front of him that I would do regarding my journey. But we can't stop it any more than we can stop them from repeating everything that we say and do when we're not talking about weight loss surgery. They're going to do it anyway because they're little mini sponge parrots. So, anyway, I don't have a lot of advice for anybody. The only thing I can say is that being stuck in a rut is not fun. And this is one rut in many, and it doesn't even involve the scale. It's just life that we're in right now. And this too shall pass. This rut that we're in will pass. We can make changes now, or we can make changes later. Continue to focus on yourself. Surround yourself with people who love you and people that you love. And don't worry about the rest. Limit the stress that you have. It's the only thing you can do to cope. And until I see you guys next time for my update, I hope you're all well, and you surround yourself with people you love, and that you take care of yourself mentally and you take care of yourself physically in whatever way that is for you. Thanks for listening. Good night.